Alrighty, welcome to LearnWire. You guys asked for this, so we're going to be looking at Peppertype versus Wordhero versus Writecream versus Copy AI. A couple things to note is right off the bat, before we even start, I'm going to estimate that Copy AI will win and beat all of them, but we will see what ends up happening. I already have. Basically, I want to give them the best chance that I can, right, and use the tools properly. So when using the blog post title to or heading to bullet point expander, you need to make sure that you have your title of your blog, but then also like a topic or an H2 that you would want it to write about. So in order to do that, I needed to come up with an outline, and then also you guys requested for me to use a more difficult keyword. So we're going to be using a very specific keyword, which I would deem very difficult for AI to write. And we'll see if any of them can actually write it. So this is going to be a pretty cool test. So anyways, I had to go and get an outline, and I used Peppertype, and then I just went straight to Copy AI, and I don't know if you'll be surprised at which one wins. So we're going to go and do this. I'm only going to be able to test like the outline of a couple of them, and then we're going to go straight into how well it can write a paragraph based on a topic in each tool. And then we'll probably we'll give the benefit of a doubt because Copy AI, Writecream, and I believe in Wordhero, they basically have long form editors. Peppertype really doesn't, so we'll try to kind of go in and just show you what it's like writing long form content with all these tools. So those are really going to be the only two tests I'm going to be able to do. I guess we could go ahead and test all of them with the outline to see which one performs the best, and then we'll go right into the content. All right, so let's jump in. A lot to cover in this video. I'm going to go into Rank IQ and let them choose a keyword for me. And I choose this one over here, how to attach wood to concrete without drilling. That is going to be a very difficult keyword for any AI to conquer because it's not a well-known topic. You know, even just talking about how to drill into concrete, drill wood with concrete screws and things like that. But now we're talking about how to attach wood to concrete without using drills and screws. And so that's going to be very difficult for these AIs. And we'll see how well they do. So first, right off the bat, I went over to Peppertype and I went to blog outline and put that in. And you can see that Peppertype kind of struggled with this. It did come down here and used E6000 glue to wood. And it used why use a bonding primer. And I think that this is when we do the content like this is when you're going to really find that the tools that are actually kind of seamlessly writing an entire article together might do a better job, because the AI needs to know what the article is about and then what your content or your paragraph is about and tie them both together. It did decent right here. But then it's just repeating how to attach wood to concrete or cement. But that, I believe it's just going to talk about, the most common way, which is using concrete screws and things like that. So not too impressed with the outline that it gave. Now we jumped on over here to blog outline and Copy AI, and it just kind of blew it out of the water. It got very specific. How to attach wood to concrete without drilling. Mix liquid nail with sawdust and spread it over the concrete. Apply the wood to the concrete, cut some wood 2x4 studs down to 6-inch round pieces, mix liquid nails with sawdust. So it provided some actual ways that you can do it. So that was pretty cool about that. I'm hammer drill, use a hammer drill, then insert an epoxy anchor into the hole. I'm not sure if that is without an actual drill, because it's literally a hammer drill right there. So you can see the AI is struggling a little bit in both circumstances, but it is saying to use epoxy to attach wood to concrete. So that looks right. Choose the right fasteners. That seems right. Use adhesive for the concrete. So this one right here is really, really good. I have to go and look what a hammer drill is real quick. You can go copy Yeah, so it is a type of drill, and that was what we're trying to avoid. So you would just take that one out. But I would say between the two, Copy AI got more specific with its outline and gave us a little bit better outline. Now we could come back over here and just for fun and copy this, I guess give all tests the benefit of a doubt. So let's go into Writing Tools. I'm not seeing where outline is, so we'll just go back over here and blog outlines, and then we'll throw this one in over here for Wordhero, and then we will go into Writecream, blog outline. We will go into create over here, throw that in right there, and we'll generate that as well. So you can see Writecream was extremely fast, but almost pointless what it did for us. How to attach wood concrete with drilling, without drilling. It pretty much just repeated itself right there. How to drill without cracking the concrete. That's not what we're talking about at all. How to attach wood to concrete. How to use screws to attach wood. Nope, that's not what we're talking about. So pretty disappointing right here with Writecream on the blog outline. It can't handle that specific of the topic. Let's go back over here and see what Wordhero has. Why avoid drilling into concrete? That could be useful. Materials needed: create a hole in the wood, apply epoxy to the wood, insert the wood into the hole, clamp the wood to the concrete, wait for the epoxy to dry. So that actually seems really, really legit. We'd have to go and look and see if this is actually, let's just go and see what Google says. Liquid nails, Gorilla Glue, epoxy glue. So that was a big one. Tells you the things that you would need right over here. Concrete screws though, so that doesn't make sense because we're not drilling. But it does talk a lot about epoxy, masonry nails, construction adhesive, and so forth. So overall, I would say Copy AI and Wordhero seemed to get the outline correct. I believe that the outline right here works better than the long form editor inside of Wordhero. But let's go ahead and I'm going to copy this one over here. And let's just paste it in there just in case we need it. I'm going to move this over to my second screen real quick. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into Wordhero and we're going to go into Writing Tools, I believe. And we're going to use the Sentence Expander tool or the Bullet Point Expander. I think that they all have this. And so bullet points, let me see here. Oh, I see. Let's use no. Oh, I guess we can just do this test. Sentence Expander tool, and let's just say write for me and see what it comes up with this sentence right here, or just what it tells us. How to attach wood to concrete. Want to build a deck but don't want the headache of attaching it directly onto your home's concrete foundation? Try to do this. Not really giving us any details or anything like that. Anchor bolt concrete home designs with anchor screw. How to attach wood to concrete. Not really getting anywhere with that. Let's go ahead and try the bullet point expander, and let's go ahead and let's add some of these steps in here and see if it will put professional in there and say write for me. Let's see what Wordhero comes up with this. To attach wood to concrete without drilling, you'll need to create a hole in the wood and apply epoxy to it, then insert the wood into the hole. So yeah, we're not really getting these big paragraphs that we would expect that we're trying to write a blog article. Let me go back over to all and just type in blog maybe. Okay, blog paragraphs. Here's another one. And that's one little thing about Wordhero. It's kind of hard to find the right tools. Blog paragraphs. Okay, so let's just go in here and take this one out and put that in as a keyword right here, and then see what it'll come up with for us right here. Okay, so create a hole in the wood, use a hammer. So it did kind of come up with that, but we would need a lot more. We would take this content right here, and then we would go into Wordhero's long form editor, and that's where we would be able to say write more and really expand on these topics. But place the wood against the concrete, insert a concrete screw. And I don't think that that's what we would want, but nonetheless, decent job on this one right here, but all in all, not too impressed with using these tools right here. I do like Wordhero's long form editor, and I think it does better with that tool, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's go over here to Writecream real quick, and we'll go in and just grab our topic, and we'll go back over to the dashboard, SEO, and let's go with this one right here, blog heading expander. And we have that in there already. Section headline. Okay, so create a hole in the wood. I'm just going to throw that first one in there from our outline and push generate. Let's see what it comes up with. So to attach wood to concrete without drilling, you will need a drill bit and a hammer. Okay, when you have that, you'll need to mark an approximate place on the wood where you want the hole to be. Drill this out with the drill bit. Use the hammer so we're not doing it without a drill, so that's not good. When you're starting out with wood concrete, you might need to drill a hole into the wood. Rather than drilling a hole, you can create a hole in the wood. You can create a hole in the wood by drilling a hole at the bottom of the wood, then cutting out a hole at the top of the wood. But that's not sealing it to the concrete. So wood is often used to enhance, blah, blah, blah. So the AI is trying over here. For some reason, I'm just not that impressed with Writecream, with just anything that it really produces. I have this, I bought this tool, but it's the least used tool probably from all the AI writers. It's not the worst AI writer, so let me say that. There's probably some really cool things in here that we could use inside of here, some of the unique tools that no other AI writer has, but I just find myself a little bit disappointed with the quality of the output that it produces. All right, so we're going to come back over here into Copy AI. We're going to go based off of the other outline, but I think that Copy AI did a great job with the outlines as well. But we're going to come over here and go into the blog section over here, and we're going to go and grab create a hole in the wood. And we're going to say professional and say create content. And let's see what it can come up with for us. Attaching wood to concrete is an easy way to improve the look of your concrete patio or deck. You can use a variety of methods to create this bond, including screws and nails. However, there are some drawbacks to both of these methods. Nails will rust over time. Screws may loosen over time. The best way to attach wood to concrete without drilling is with a masonry fastener called T-nut. A masonry fastener, so that's pretty interesting. We can go and cross-check this, but that came up with something very specific, and it gave us a really great intro paragraph. Create a hole in the wood. First step in attaching wood to concrete without drilling is creating a hole in each piece of wood using a hammer, drill bit, a hole in. So you can do that into the wood. That's fine. Okay. If you're using pressure-treated lumber, be sure to wear safety glasses, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Determine the length of the screws. The next step is determining how long you want the screws to be so they'll penetrate both pieces of wood into the concrete surface beneath them. So this part is wrong because, you know, it's kind of struggling a little bit, but I think it did well all the way up into this point. We can also look and see what else it came up with over here. We can also come in here and grab, maybe apply epoxy to the wood and just see what it comes up with right here as well. So what I'm saying is we would use the first couple paragraphs there where it just talked about how to create a hole in the wood. And then we would just move on to this, apply epoxy to the wood, spread a layer of epoxy and so forth. So it goes right into that. So Copy AI definitely is ahead, in my opinion, over the other two as far as how detailed and specific it was able to get and how thorough the writing is and how kind of natural sounding the writing is as well. So so that was really a good test. Let's go into Peppertype and see what we can get with Peppertype now. So we're going to go back over to Home. And let's see, I'm going to go to My Favorites. There's a couple different ones we can use. There's Blog Heading Expander. So we're going to go and we're just going to talk about the epoxy in this one. And we're going to go Why Avoid Drilling. Where is my... Okay, so there's my topic right there. Let's go back into Peppertype. Here's the blog topic and create. Let's see what Peppertype has in store for us. A lot of people wonder how to attach wood to concrete without drilling. It's fairly simple, actually. First, you need to clean the concrete surface with a high pressure washer. Then you apply the epoxy to the wood and then attach the wood to the concrete. It's a good idea to clean the wood first too, because if you don't, the wood will likely rot. The wood will also look better if you clean it. Let's try the second one. That one was really, really good. And you have to attach some wood to concrete without drilling. It is a viable option to attach it with epoxy. Epoxy glue is a strong glue. It's waterproof. That makes it perfect option. So Peppertype nailed it out of the water right here. So I think it did a really good job with that as well. So between the two, I just want to go back over here real fast. Benefit of a doubt. Let's go and grab the apply epoxy to Wordhero, because just to make sure the test is fair. It's not giving us nearly as much content. It didn't do as good. It didn't explain how to do it. Make sure to clean both surfaces and all that. So Wordhero definitely does not win on this one. And we'll come back over here to SEO. Come back in over here just to give it the benefit of a doubt. Let's generate more output. So it did a decent job right here. So yeah, it did a decent job, but I definitely would say Peppertype and Copy AI did the best over here as well. Now let's go and just use all the tools to the best, the way that I think that they're used the best. And we'll start with Wordhero, and we'll go and try this topic, exact topic, inside the editor. So we're going to take how to attach wood over here. And keep in mind, guys, this is a very, very specific topic that we're talking about. And, you know, it's going to be hard for most AI writers to handle this specific of a construction term. So let's see what we can get going over here with Wordhero. And right here, what we can do is just grab this. And this is how you would start writing an article. We can come over here and we can go with blog outline. We can do a blog paragraph or write more. So we're going to go with generate an outline real quick and see what it comes up with for us. Choose the right adhesive, prepare the surface, apply the adhesive, clamp or weight the piece down. I think Wordhero did a good job with that. I'm going to go with no intro right here. I'm going to go and hover over, highlight this, and then use the rocket button to write a paragraph based on this. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting take on an introductory paragraph. These first couple sentences have nothing to do with the article whatsoever on hand. We'd probably have to rewrite that and try again. But nonetheless, let's go and I'm going to try one more time with this. Okay, perfect. Sometimes you just, you know, you need to get used to that with AI. Sometimes you just got to try twice or three times. We got a much better paragraph right here for our introduction. I would just paste that up there and I would get rid of this, and then we would come right into the steps right here, and I would use the rocket button to see what it is going to write about. Choose the right adhesive. When it comes to adhesives, there are many options on the market, but which one is best for attaching wood to concrete? Okay, there you go. The answer depends on the type of concrete you're working with. If you're attaching wood to painted or sealed concrete, then a construction adhesive is your best bet. If you're working with bare or unsealed concrete, then you'll need to use a masonry adhesive. Construction adhesives are available in both water, so it does give some really good information. I think it's handling the topic. Wordhero it seems to be handling the topic pretty well. Prepare the surface. I'm going to try one more. And only thing that really is going to separate this, or one of the things that separates this from like Copy AI, you'll see how fast Copy AI can come up with an entire full-length article for us. Wordhero you're going to be a lot more involved with the process. You can see it's a lot slower. And you're just going to have to kind of know that. But let's see how it did with prepare the surface. Wood is a versatile material that can be used for a variety. There are several ways to do this without drilling. One way is to use an adhesive. There are many types of adhesives. So it kind of, see right here, it kind of repeated itself. It did talk about it right here. It took all that time in order to get this paragraph right here. It's important to prepare the surface before attaching the wood. This means cleaning the concrete. So this is what we would, that's the paragraph we want. These make no sense. It's kind of a repeating. And then you would come over here and I think you would use the write more button and see if it can write more about preparing for the surface. This is because concrete is hard material, use an adhesive. Okay, so a decent job right there. So we could keep going. Wordhero is definitely handling this. You're going to have to do some deleting and adding and trying again and stuff, but technically Wordhero is handling this, so that's really good. I definitely think that the long form editor is where Wordhero does shine, and the quality of output seems to work better inside the long form editor. All right, let's go over here into the dashboard over here into Writecream, and we're going to go into, where is the long form editor, create, and delete what I had in there earlier. I can already tell that I don't like, and I've been in here before, but I don't really like the long form editor, just the way it looks and feels in here. I don't know why. But I mean, it does have a lot of options up here for the formatting and so forth, but we need to go in here and grab our topic. We have that right there. We're going to go with casual. That's fine. And so I don't know what else you do other than write for me. There's the blog ideas. Okay, that's fine. We'll make this. Okay, and then we need to go with blog introduction. Write for me. So here's some blog introductions. Buying wood for your next project can be a challenge, but this is not because you don't have the time to collect the wood. It's because the wood that you have doesn't fit what you need. This blog will walk you through the process of how to attach wood to concrete without drilling. Okay, let's remove these. I think that this other one is decent, so we'll just go with this right here. I don't really like how you have to do a lot of moving around inside this tool. There's the intro. And then, so you're just using blocks. There isn't really, it's just writing it and then pasting it over into here. There isn't really anything that's actually, impressive that separates this from the other, tools. I like Wordhero better because we're able to actually see it writing inside of here. We're able to use just a couple clicks of a button to write our content over here. Over here, in Writecream, we have to now go into maybe blog outline, put our cursor over here, write, and I'm just going to grab one of them. And it's just not the best outline because it's talking about using a nail gun and so forth, right? So then we would put the outline in over here, and then we would go into here, and okay, so we would expand on this or we would write more. Didn't really do that for us. Outline, I think we need to change that to the blog heading right there. A tool, and then maybe try that one more time, write more. So that took, it took a minute. It took 10 seconds or so, which Wordhero would have wrote that in that 10 seconds. So it just makes you wait. Let's see. But this, you have to make sure that right up here, you have the right tool selected before you use these highlight tools, expand, paraphrase, and write more. So decent. I definitely think that if you have Writecream, you can make it work. And it can probably be a pretty good AI writer for you. It wouldn't be my choice with all the AI writers that I have. I just don't like the way that I don't like the UI or the workflow, the process flow or workflow, of creating the content. There's just way better tools, faster tools, and so forth. We're going to come through over here into Copy AI. I'm going to go into templates, and I'm going to go into blog post wizard. I'm going to go and grab my topic over here. Okay, so we're in the blog post wizard, and this is the coolest part about Copy AI. I just absolutely love the way that this writes the content. I'm going to put the title in. We're going to go ahead and just put that in as the keyword as well, and I'm going to go professional, generate outline. I'll just show you how fast this is. It's got adhesive, application, the placement of the wood to the concrete surfaces, attaching wood to concrete without drilling is possible. We're going to generate our talking points. I'm glad that it came up with talking about adhesive the most. That's really good because that's going to be the number one way that you're going to be able to attach wood to concrete without using screws and drills. So we're going to come through here. We have our talking points. We have our content right here, and we're going to create the blog post. With a couple clicks, we have a 600-word article just like this, and we can go and check it out. Attaching wood to concrete surfaces is a common project for homeowners and builders alike. You may need to attach wood to concrete foundation for many reasons, including decorative purposes. So I like how it busts out into bullet points. Then we come in here, adhesive. Which adhesive should you use for the project? You can use a waterproof adhesive because concrete is impermeable and will resist moisture, so weather won't affect the integrity of your product or project. To make sure you're using the right type of adhesive, ask yourself these questions. Is the bond between, so it has all these questions that it broke out for us. This is writing more like someone went out and did research, right? This is what you get when you have human writers would break things out into bullet points, and they would ask questions and things, right? Adhesive application. How do you apply it? Clean the surface and of the concrete by sweeping and vacuuming and wipe it down. Apply the adhesive to both surfaces. So this is just, it's a really good article. It's impressive. It handles the topic really, really well, and we have 600 words to work with. This is probably one of those topics where you probably aren't going to need to write a 1,500 word post. It just doesn't make sense. I want to go and see what this article has for it. Somehow they wrote 2,000 words, but I really just don't think that this topic, they went into a lot of the different questions and things like that that are being asked. But this, we were able to do this in literally like 15 seconds. Came up with a very, very good article right here in Copy AI. I'm not surprised. Let's go into Peppertype, and then we'll wrap this video up, and let's go into home. And we're going to have to, there's not really a way to just, there's no really long form writer in here. We're going to go in, and this is basically what you're going to get, this little drop out that comes out. We already have our blog idea, so I'm going to just copy that. The blog title is right here. All right, so that's our title. We don't need the idea anymore. I'm going to skip the meta description for now. Introduction, we're going to go like this. And we're going to put the blog topic in here, and I'll just show you, this is how you would write long form content in Peppertype. It's template based and it's copy paste based. So, let's just see how it handles. But as far as efficiency, this is probably tied with Writecream for the least efficiency out of the two, Wordhero and Copy AI. Copy AI is the most efficient. Obviously, we were able to create a 600 word, very specific, covered the topic well, article in about 15 seconds. Wordhero is going to take longer, but it was doing a great job handling the topic. Attaching wood to concrete without drilling is a debate that grabbed my attention. Fasten wood to concrete without drilling. It is important to note that in order to attach wood to concrete, you need to have a wood-to-wood connection. Concrete to wood will be discussed in a later blog. One of the most interesting aspects of concrete is that when it hardens, so it's kind of going off like it's trying to talk like in first person and stuff. You can use that, but what you would basically do is you would come over here and you would paste this in to your article, and then you would go into Content Expander right here, and you would go and we would grab, I'm just going to go with the epoxy one again and throw that in right here and see what it's going to come up with right here. So it's talking about how to apply the epoxy right here, so not bad. I'm just going to go and paste this in over here. Once you get going with this tool, though, it is nice, and I would say that this is faster and easier to use than Writecream. I would definitely say Peppertype is faster and easier to use than Writecream. It's pretty straightforward. I do think that it comes up with pretty good AI content. We're going to come over here and go to the blog outline, and we're just going to say create content and see what blog outline it comes up with how to attach wood to concrete without drilling. I don't know what Decos Bros or Decos Bros stuff fit, Sure Bonder. Those might be different methods. Of course, what I would do is I would look and make sure that those are actual real products and such. And if they are, then that would actually mean that this did a really good job with coming up with an outline. Then what you would do is grab this and you'd go back over to the heading expander tool, and so forth, right? So that's how you would use Peppertype to do the long form. You guys be the judge. I did a full, test with the exact same keyword. You guys might have a different opinion about based on what you saw, but if I had to rank these, and I'm just being completely honest for myself, I do think that there is a difference between paying for something monthly and the quality and speed and workflow. All three of those are important to me that you get, and I think that Copy AI would be ranked number 1. You guys can be the judge, but you saw the content. You saw how fast I was able to get the content. Copy AI would win out of all these, and I'm paying $50 a month for the tool. And so it makes sense that tool should be the best. Right here, I'm pretty surprised. I thought that maybe Peppertype would win in this case, but right here, we're going to go with Wordhero. Actually came in second place. I was impressed. It was handling the topic well, and it just lacks with speed. And sometimes it doesn't come up with the content right, so you have to do it a couple times. But overall, I think it was handling the technical topic, and it gets ranked number 2. With the other two, I would say Peppertype gets number 3, and in this, of course, I have so many other tools that I could test. I think that I think that these two were asked the most, Wordhero and Peppertype. You guys really wanted the comparisons between the two. If you made it all the way in the video, leave a comment below that you watched the whole thing. That is really awesome if you watched this entire thing. I hope that it was at least helpful. And if you would want me to do more comparisons between Wordhero and Peppertype, I think this is what you guys are really, really wanting, then I'd be glad to do that. And then also leave a comment below if you agreed with my assessment at the end, which one's ranked higher or which one's ranked the best. I think that these three were, you could kind of shuffle them whatever way you want as far as which one came out ahead. I think you guys were probably all going to agree that Writecream came out ranked number 4 in any way you look at it. So I hope that this was helpful, helps you decide if you want to go pick up Peppertype or not. I think Peppertype is one of those tools that, you're getting content from a good AI writer. And if you buy one of their plans, you won't have to pay monthly ever again for it. And I do think that it, when we have to look at all the other writers that have come out on AppSumo, I come over here, go to AppSumo and say AI writer. Let's see if I can kind of sort them like that. There's Text Wizard, there's Wordhero right here, there's Writing Chief. There's so many of these on the platform that I don't even Instacopy. I don't even do reviews on them because there's so many of them. Write Me, remember my review on Write Me, and there's some that have already left the platform and that didn't have any success on the platform. There's Text to AI that's still on the platform apparently. There's just a lot of there's AI content right there. There's just a ton of these writers. And then there was like Miu was on here. Miu AI was on here as well. And so there's a lot of them. And for me to say that Peppertype is better than all those other ones that I tested on the market, this is one of the best ones that I tested over the last 12 months. I do recommend Peppertype, even though it did come in 3rd place in my opinion with this test. Peppertype and Wordhero, and I'd have to think some more. Wordplay, there was just so many, but I would say that these two, unless I'm forgetting any, were my favorites on the platform. Even though this is ranked number 3, I do think it's worthy of picking up. But a lot of you say, if you already have Wordhero, should you pick up Peppertype? Well, that depends. If you're on a really tight budget, then I would say no, you don't need to pick this up. But for short form content and coming into Peppertype and using all their modules right here, I think that it does a way better job than Wordhero with the kind of module template based. Long form content, Wordhero wins, but short form content, I think Peppertype wins. But either way, that is my assessment and so forth. So long video, but I hope it was helpful for those of you that stuck around to the end. I'll see you in the next video.